Hey, how's it going, guys? ZDEyE here. So today I wanted to have a little bit of a reminder what I made about more than a year ago. I actually have touched on this game called Project Eve. What you're seeing in the background is the brand new gameplay has been revealed, a couple of hours ago. And I was actually surprised. And to be honest, what I've seen, I was pretty impressed. I'm pretty impressed because it really reminds me of Dark Souls in that sort of vein. Let me tell you, by the looks of things, of course, you can already see why that is, because mainly, of course, the combat. I like it being a lot more grounded than usually these Korean, Chinese games usually are. They're over the top, and with the action aesthetics I'm talking about. And here, in this case, of course, you can already say, for newcomers out here or don't know what this game really is, or it's going to be coming out, I should say, because, mind you, this game is nowhere near for its release date. First it was announced, I believe, was in April 2019. A lot of people thought it was something of a reminiscence to the Nier Automata, but now I think it has a lot more, further implementation of actually Dark Souls and these, more grounded combat games, and I really, really like that. FYI as well, I definitely needed to mention this. This is a prototype that showcases what the Project Eve combat system will actually look like, which is a lot of the fluidity and the frenetic movements as well. Fantastically done animations, the look of the world, and of course the look of the characters and the enemies, they look fantastic. Now, I definitely want to get out of the way something simply obvious. So a lot of you down in the comments may be already saying it or something like that, because current games, they like to go with these sort of girls, a little bit jiggly stuff going on. Personally, basically I'm just gonna straight up say it's overly sexualized. In my personal opinion, I don't really mind that. All women, they look good, especially in this game, because so far they have showcased two different girls. One was just stepping out in some kind of containing field and going into the world of the destroyed world, mind you. And this time we're seeing a different girl during the combat. Perhaps I should mention this when I mean by overly sexualized. You can see clearly by the footages and the shots that's been done in this game, and clearly, it's on purposely been done this way, maybe to please somebody at least. Again, I really don't mind that. That's just personal opinion. As I will be, if I will be getting this game, I obviously need to see more of this. And by the way, guys, if you did not know, it will be coming on a PC, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and of course, it's going to be next gen. This gen, I should even say, the PlayStation 5 and the Series X as well. But still, it's going to be exciting. If you guys do not know who are the creators of this game, they are not exactly well known, at least not in the Western marketing, at least of the video games. Since they are also are the creators of mobile phone sort of the games, so this is actually their sort of the very first touch towards a AAA marketing of their video games. And it's not exactly, very profitable, if that makes any sense, down in Korea, down in the eastern area, because they they like to have their mobile games more often than not. AAA standards of video games is more popular in Western area, but still, that's just people's preference too. The studio's name is Shift Up, that's literally the name. And the studio also, like I said, their very first game was on a mobile. It's called Destiny Child. I'm not too sure if you guys know it. And it was actually one of the #1 grossings received, I should say, apps upon the release of 2016 in Korea, in both the Apple Store and of course the Google Play Store. Now they're actually working on two projects, Project Eve, like I'm mentioning it in here, and also Project Nike. And by the way, the Project Nike is actually a mobile game, but Project Eve, it's not a mobile game. If you were also wondering, this game actually uses an engine called Unreal Engine 4, and clearly you can already tell by the looks of things, aesthetically extremely pleasing and looks fantastic. Now, again guys, we do not have to, if I'm being optimistic, I will have to say that this game may be coming out in the earliest of 2022. That's being optimistic, because mind you, they're still mentioning this combat, this gameplay, this footage as a prototype. Again, prototypes not necessarily to say it needs another couple of more years until the final release or final versions of the game will be done. It's not like that. It can take a couple of months. That depends as well. But situation with the coronavirus and in Korea and the development as such is very difficult. This is why I'm mentioning it as the more optimistic approach of this release of the game, Project Eve. It would be 2022. Now, if I would have to go a little bit further than that and say the more realistic approach, yeah, I may have to say 2023 in fact. But again, we have to wait and see how big of a scope this game is gonna go with and how much the work that will be provided into it too. Well guys, that's all I wanted to mention at least for today. Thank you so much for watching, like and subscribe, telling me down in the comments what do you think about this game from the looks of things, of course. See you guys all, and again, have a good one.